That's why I'm me and you're Doctor. His vitals are spiking. What? No, that can't. We're losing him. Not again. No. No. Oh, it's definitely a little bit of a dream or a nightmare that he's being put into because of where they are, right? And Kushala is in this field. Please, it is time, Kushala, to burn. I am a warrior, a mystic. Ah, Yao, you are nothing. Back to work, you slave. He's back. So it's putting them all into these like mental dreams and states, right? And Isaac Newton's back in this like creepy prison. No, I can't be back here. This is not what is meant to be. This is not the way the world ends. This is not the way the world ends. And here, Teddy, they're dead, Billy, because of you. What did I tell you, Every Supreme has their moment to prove their worth. This was your moment, Billy. Behold your complete and utter failure. This is a test, I think, as well. And you can see here, Dr. Doom standing outside, and they're in a circle, all having these different dream experiences, right? Kushala, mindful, find the vault, break the source. Trapped in their own perfect hells, now did them in the pool of longing, then hang them with the others. Soon, Doom's army will be complete. But mindful, because he's not like a full, I guess, like conscious being, is still kind of aware and is gonna go and find the vault. Oh, thank you. He's gonna go find the vault because remember, like, even though they're in this like hell realm, there's still hope. And so he climbs up. Yay. This thing. Oh, welcome. I'm actually completing this read for this evening. I am Psylocke, your host for this evening, reading Doctor Strange Part 2, Time After Time. It's the conclusion. I actually read this to you guys, I think earlier, like months ago. I'll have a link in my link tree for you guys to catch the full read through without commercial breaks and tangents or interruptions or that kind of stuff. So we're almost there, friends. We're the sorcerers are in this dream realm, right, of like their own making, right? And then I think there's a tell there of all of us too about how powerful we are in terms of our imagination and how we're able to actually mentally construct things, right? And that's part of where everything comes from, that initial inspiration of thought, of even when you have dreams, like how important and how powerful those are to consensus waking reality as well, right? Okay, so break source. Thank you, strange creature. Welcome. Doom tempted us all into this trap. She wanted to turn us into an army and use us to take over the world. Doom hurting friends. What friends? If memory serves, dear magic, they're friends of mine. They're friends of Doctor Strange. So I'm guessing this is like old Doctor Strange. And this version of magic has like short hair. And like, it's just different versions of like, so I guess this Psylocke version works too, considering the material of what we're reading, right? Okay. And then cutting back here to this like hell realm that they're in and trying to find a way out of it. Wow. The mark. It's gone. I'm free. And he yells out this incantation. Fools, what have you done? You are not worthy of my army. You mean that army? So we have, they could have even done that. Like have Dr. Doom be like Dr. Doom's daughter or Valeria, whatever, you know, like another version of Dr. Doom that's not Robert Downey Jr. You know, we already have such like baggage. We already have this idea of in our head of like who Robert Downey Jr. is as Iron Man. He was a great Iron Man. So I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, so they're flying at this version of Doom with all of their incantations, right? Because Doom is a formidable villain, right? No, you. Why did you not fall to my magic? Why didn't your soul twist in the wind alongside your compatriots? And then here Mindful says, Mindful has no soul to twist. So there is the loophole. I guess it was good that you saved Mindful, right? Crunch. Is that, are you? It's me, Steven. Or rather, it's you. Oh, this is so weird. And then Doom continues to like freak out and throw evil stuff at the sorcerers. But you can see here Stephen Strange and then like older Stephen Strange. And so he's like, I gotta help my younger self out. And that's like important in dream states too, like going in and helping your younger self out. They haven't become you yet, so they need some help. Billy Kaplan, you were the last piece of my plan. I should have just let you rot. You should have never been supreme. That honor belonged to me. But these cowards chose you. Why? To be honest, I've never known. I've always doubted Strange's decision. That doubt made me weak. But Stephen used to tell me every Supreme has their moment to prove their worth. So, Valeria, thank you for giving me my moment. And then so I told you guys about a villain, a worthy adversary, to give you the moment when the time comes. You let her have it. You let it have it. You let, like, I'm ready for you, right? And you step into it unafraid and with your friends behind you, right? So he attacks full on, no mark of sorrow. And what should we do with Valeria? Prison? Worse, let's take her to her parents. That's funny. The Crimson Bands of Cryotac, not bad. Thank you for reviving me, Yao. Well, I knew this is all possible. I am the Ancient One after all, right? Not yet, you aren't. I believe you and your friends have one last mission. All of our magic is drained. How will we? The answer's right in front of you, you imbeciles. The time platform of doom solves all of our problems. Now, what are you waiting for? Oh yeah, I really cannot stand that man. And to think Newton's betrayal would have ended up being the least of his crimes. What? No spoilers, Stephen. What do you think you're doing, Kushala? That spell is... Kushala, no. And so she's doing a spell where it looks... I feel like Kushala is very like Ghost Rider, right? She's got a lot of like the spirit of vengeance for her people like embedded in her. And so it's like she's invoking that right now. And I will burn so the world does not. The spirit of vengeance is my burden, Mindful. I must carry it alone. Not alone, says Mindful. Never alone. Wait, future me, I won't tell you who your wife is. Not the first one or the last. Just know that you're happy. And that is more than we both deserve. So older Stephen Strange is telling his younger self that, like, I'm not going to tell you who you're marrying. I'm not telling you who your wife was. Like, no spoilers in your storybook. But I will tell you that you end up being happy. And it's more than what we both deserve. And Yeah. Oh, thank you. It's always a good message, I feel, with you guys. Like, I never exactly know what reading I'm going to do until I do it, and it always ends up being exactly the right one, I feel like. So, Kushala... Wait. Oh, yes. So, Doctor Strange's older self is, like, jumping a portal out of this timeline. And it's like, it says, I won't tell you who your wife is, not the first one or the last. Just know that you're happy, and that is more than than we both deserve. And then he jumps the portal out of that timeline. All right, let's get Yao back. Billy, we've got this. But Strange, I have a dinner to get home to, right? And Wiccan's like, oh yeah, you're right. I'm glad you were the Supreme after me. Why? Otherwise, I'd still be trapped in that nightmare. I've seen firsthand that you are beyond worthy of the mantle. Thank you all for showing me the way. No, this is not the way my world ends. Not the way my world ends. This is not the way my world ends. And so Isaac Newton goes back into his little prison there. I think he thought that he was gonna... I mean, there's gotta be consequences for the nefarious, crazy stuff that you did, Isaac Newton, even if you were going crazy. And then Wiccan gets back to his own time because he's got a dinner to make, right? I'm hungry too, sweetie. You can start. I'm sorry I'm late, you two. And then he made it home for dinner. Yay! Yay, Wiccan, because of your friends. You're right on time. So, how was your day? It was strange. I would read Blood Hunt. Totally. I think I have one. I have one of Blood Hunt, actually. I have a Spidey Gwen and a Black Cat cosplay for some of the more Spidey comics as well. I do have to get a friend to do Fantastic Four. But you know what? Maybe I could do Sue Storm. Possibility. Dun dun. Okay. But yes, I would do Blood Hunt for sure. So my day was strange, and then we're back here on the island here. The beaches of Nevermore. Are we really? We're back in your time, Yao. Ah, at last. You're all here. Oh, thank you. Next of Ken. Oh, that's a fun name. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you, guys. We're just wrapping up this reading of Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme as Psylocke, your host for this evening. Okay, learning all about magic in the Marvel Universe. So, the beaches of Nevermore. Are we really? We're back in your time, Yao. Ah, at last, you're all here. It's high time we finished this. Don't you think? And it's like, cue, Merlin, it's you. We thought you died in that other timeline, but time isn't linear, right? So, and, oh, this is a cool panel. Strange and his Sorcerer Supreme friends. Dun, dun, dun. And, oh yeah, see what I mean about comic books having their own different panels? And so we've got the Sanctum Sanctorium. If I'm saying that right. And, oh, this is how we began the first book. So the first book, I will also link to where you can get that full reading with me as Psylocke. This version of Psylocke, of course. Reading the first part of this story, the Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme, because Merlin comes and recruits all the sorcerers. So it begins in this it's like a bookend, coming back to the beginning situation. So locks are magic. Doors are magic. I am magic. As Sorcerers Supreme, we can unlock and control the universe's greatest mysteries. Except for time. I do have my sword. It's a Kill Bill sword, though, so that'd be a cool thing, though, to do a little, reality bend between Psylocke and the bride from Kill Bill. All right. Accept time. Time is cruel, unforgiving, and above all, relentless. It stops for no one, no thing, not even for magic. Because time is infinite, there are no beginnings, which means, of course, that there are no endings. I take comfort in that, and I hope you will too. Perfect. All of this is revealed in the book you now hold in your hands, Stephen. I pray, for the sake of your sanity, that you do not read past this page. So this whole idea of books being magic, and you see like Merlin walking through the sanctorium. Aww, I miss you too, Winnipeg. I'll always love you. And so he's walking all the way through and gives him this book. I'm glad Merlin is back, because that's part of the reason why I'm Psylocke, because Psylocke is twin sister to Captain Britain, and Captain Britain gets his powers from Merlin. So there's more to discover there with like certain comic books, like the psychic nature of Psylocke. And she actually goes on this adventure with Rachel Summers where they go into the White Hot Room, and the White Hot Room is this place in the Marvel universe where all of the hosts of the Phoenix go to like recharge. And because time is not linear, it's like all the hosts are always there. So like Jean Grey, Quentin Quagmire, Emma Frost, Cyclops, like anyone who's actually held the Phoenix, that's where they go to like recharge. And so there's this adventure that Rachel Summers and Psylocke go on where they see all of the versions of themselves in this crystal, and Psylocke sees herself in like all her different iterations, because I didn't. No, I didn't actually. Oh, thanks for the ice cream. Thank you. Cool. Yeah. Oh, you know what though? I'm due for a Winnipeg visit though, and Christmas is coming up, and I do tend to visit Winnipeg in the Christmas time. So maybe we can do some fun holiday comic book reads in person there at some of the... I don't know. Do we still have bookstores there in Winnipeg? I remember Chapters in Winnipeg that was near the movie theater. So I used to always go there, grab my like books if I was at the movies earlier to like hang out with my friends. And they had the best arcade there as well at that one. Okay. Arcades are the bomb, you guys. Like Mortal Kombat, right? Quarters. What was the other game I used to love? The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the side scroller one. And I loved Leonardo, because I told you like I need like reach on my weapons and stuff. Comics America Academy, it's closed now. Well, I'll figure out other stores there that maybe I can do some readings in Winnipeg. I'm going to try to take this show on the road as well, and see if I can do live comic book readings in cosplay, and get other cosplayers in on it as well, because the inspiration comes from this like source material too, right? Okay, so the beaches of Nevermore, centuries ago, I guess where the Ancient One is from. Merlin, you're alive? Of course, my dear Stephen, I'm alive. How is this possible? Ah, you must be Kushala. Yes. What a fascinating history. My apologies. I am Merlin. Merlin, we've met. Not yet, I'm afraid. Mindful, confused. Same. After all these years, immortality can be mine again. Apologies. A Supreme should never read their own page. I made that mistake. Almost drove me mad. So that's the thing about knowing the future and things like that. So like I do astrology readings. So you can catch me like I'm like astrologer by day, astrologer and personal trainer by day, comic book cosplayer by night. So in the days you can catch me at like noonish where I'll do like a read of the energies of the now, and I do a card reading sometimes. But he's saying here, like, it's important to kind of know, like, it's more fun not to know the future when it comes to things. And so I don't use astro to predict futures, right? Or predict outcomes. It's more about telling where you are now. Where are you in the story right now, in this moment in time space, so that you, as the hero of your own story, you know where to find that extra, like, special, like, magic tool, or where your friends are, or what you're supposed to be doing at that time, just to find your waypoint, right? Just like in a video game, like when I play Halo, it gets all like crazy for a moment where like all the bad guys and the Covenant, the Flood, and you're just like, oh my gosh. And then after you beat everybody, it just goes quiet and you wait. Like, where's the waypoint? So I look at astrology or any type of divinations where you're just like, okay, where is my waypoint? Where do I go next? What's the objective? Just to have some focus. Because in this day and age, there's so much noise. There's so much stuff. So I thank all of you for spending, like, sharing your sacred attention with me, right? Because that is the most valuable commodity you have right now, is your sacred attention, where you choose to have your attention and your viewpoint, and what you choose to have nourish your inner world. So thank you for that, and thank you for the gifts. Yay! Okay, we're almost there at the end of this story. Okay. So Merlin's alive because, remember, time isn't linear, so they've basically gone back into the ancient time where the Ancient One is from. And Merlin's like, oh good, you're here. Apologies. A Supreme should never read their own page. I made that mistake years ago, and it almost drove me mad. Perhaps it did drive me mad. I suppose I never should have left Otherworld, never put on this. Merlin, what are you doing here? It says in these fine pages that I come here, am here to help you do the impossible. I've come to protect Yao, and as you can see, we are failing at it already. Where's Yao? Off to get himself killed, no doubt. Ah, it begins at last. I'll just get us a few more hands, and my friends, don't worry. I know exactly who we need. No, says Doctor Strange. No more time travel. So Merlin's just like, oh, I'll get us some help for this, right? So the Ancient One is not ancient yet. We're like back in the ancient times. So it's like an origin story for that, if you think about it. Oh, thank you. So he seems more look at how these panels are. Like, it's like the rest of this comic book. I have to read it this way, like up and down this way when it's, the comic book this way. So that's a fun experience. Okay. He seems more unbalanced than when we last saw him. Perhaps. Certainly he's more alive. It's a different Merlin. What do you mean, Mindful? Merlin different. Smells different. Do you mean? Get your hands off. Found Yao. The Knights of Never. Oh, they look creepy. These like creepy reptilian things in like armor and stuff. The Knights of Never. In their true forms, no less. I have this under Yao, please. So they fight and help. We are here to help. Yeah, bookmarks are very useful to have. Never bend the pages, you guys. It's the sacred pages of books that you love. And just like also they're art pieces on their own, so you don't want to like ruin it. Okay. We're here to help. You came here long ago. I know this because you already told me the story, or at least part of it. You defeated your rival Kalul, but in doing so, you were both stripped of your immortality. You sought the cup of eternity to restore what was taken from you. And since I knew you as the Ancient One, you've clearly found the cup. Yes, but did I mention any of you in this story, Strange? No. But we'll understand how that can be if we follow this map together. There's always a map. So in this case, the Ancient One on his arm, he actually has a map to this cup of immortality. And so remember, we're thinking of things also at a metaphorical level too. Oh, look at this cool map. I love that. Look at this comic book. So much fun stuff in it. I love it. So see how it's like being read down this way? Yeah. Okay. How did you do that spell? How did you do that spell, Strange? You taught me, of course. What? This mess? The trials of the worthy, mindful. Only one who has passed the trials may walk the path. You will pass these trials, Yao, and you will walk this path. To the well of longing where the cup awaits. Strange, are we changing history, or are we living it? So this is what I mean about the past and the future, and how your future self affects the past. This is literally what is happening here as they are following the map. And you see it's a hand, it's his arm, right? The map that they're going through to find the cup of immortality. Oh yes, I love Rogue. Yes, Storm. I actually have a Storm that I could actually do. I might unveil her tomorrow too. I think it could work. I have most of the elements. I just need the voice. Storm has a very specific goddessy voice. And I love Rogue. I don't know if I could cosplay her. We'll see. But I appreciate you thinking that. Okay. Where are we? To the well of longing where the cup awaits. Strange, are we changing history, or are we living it? Honestly, I have no idea. X-23, yeah, that would be cool too. I love X-23. X-23 was in this already, actually. It's warded by magic from every corner of the universe. We cannot pierce this barrier. We can go no further. Perhaps there's always a way. We can be of assistance. Oh, look. Merlin went off and got a bunch of other Sorcerers Supremes to help the team out with the quest. Love that. By Merlin's, I mean your beard. Hello, old friends. Nina, it's so good to see you, Demon Rider. Wiccan, it's been a long time, Stephen. Too long. Different Merlin. That's right. Different in time. This is me before I recruited all of you to defeat the Forgotten. Why didn't you assemble this group for the Forgotten from the beginning? Because there are no beginnings, Stephen. No endings. There is only now. This is happening as it was written in this book, The History of the Supremes, Past, Present, Future, Infinity. Oh yes, I have read Scott Pilgrim and played the video game and watched the movie. Yes, the Good Vibes games. Yes. That was cool. I'm going to repeat that last little panel because I feel like that's like a tell, and I hope you guys receive that message. Fairy Dr. Manhattan thing to say about time. Because, wait, hold on. So Doctor Strange is asking Merlin, because if you were around for the first reading of this comic in the beginning, the creator is doing a signing in my town next Sunday. Hey, that's cool. That's fun. Are you going? Are you gonna get it signed? Get a signature? I hope you share it. Please share it. I'll have you on the show if you want as well. You can show it off. Yeah. I love it. I love all the creators, because like it's a thing, right? If you have this idea in your head, in your imagination, in the dream world, it's such a beautiful thing of magic to be able to bring that down and synthesize it in such a way that others can like catch that world. So yeah, that's cool. Okay. By Merlin, I mean your beard. Hello, old friends. Nina, it's so good to see you, Demon Rider. So we saw Nina earlier before, but she was younger because it was a different time, right? Wiccan, it's been a long time, Stephen. Too long. And Mindful says, this is a different Merlin. And Merlin says, yes, that's right. Different in time. This is me before I recruited all of you to defeat the Forgotten. And Stephen asks him, why didn't you assemble this group for the Forgotten from the beginning? And Merlin responds, and this is like true intel, I feel like. Because there are no beginnings, Stephen, nor endings. There is only now. This is happening as it was written in this book, the history of the Supremes, past, present, future, infinity. Oh yeah. You still can when you read a lot of these stories, right? That's how you achieve immortality. You know, these stories live forever and you can always revisit them. And so you can maybe in your dream ask Stanley like for a little signature, right? That's what I think. Yeah. Okay. Leaders needed to be revealed. Demons needed to be faced. Destinies needed to be tested. Loved ones needed to be saved. Doubts needed to be overcome. And heroes needed to be born. You all learned everything that was needed to get you all through Yao's map, to help Yao finish this last step of the trials, to get him where he needed to be. We needed every ingredient, even the last word of God, to be in the right place at the right time. And that time is now. Wow. You knew when you recruited us to fight the Forgotten, you knew you would die. No, I knew that bringing you all together would save him. Now, then, let us truly finish, sorcerers. Focus your magic on my hand. So he now has all the sorcerers assembled there for the Ancient One to become the Ancient One. And so it's like this concept of how your future affects your past and how this all kind of intertwines together in a tapestry of life and your story, right? And so they're all there at the exact right place at the exact right time to activate. And raising up the hand with the piece of paper from that book from the the beginning of the story. Wow. This isn't going so... I thought I read this already. I'm like being surprised by it. Okay. Let's continue. Still going this way with the panels. So Merlin, badass as he is, doing his magic thing, right? Holding up all of the magical tools. He's got all of his Sorcerer Supremes with him. There it is, dear Yao. The path. And so it looks like a dark cave. And that's definitely a motif in a lot of like storytelling, right? This concept of like the hero's journey, and you like venturing down into the underworld, you're venturing into the unknown to retrieve the cup. And so it's his trials, right? And so I think all of us can like take that as like a lesson as well, as like as you go through your own trials. And you know, like it's helpful to have some magical friends in your corner, right? Only the worthy may tread that way, Yao. You claim I become this so-called ancient one, but I am also clearly dead in your time, Strange. How are either of these outcomes any kind of immortality? Oh my gosh, can you hear like the sounds of Gotham here? So let's see. I'm going to repeat that because that's important to kind of note about the idea of immortality, right? So, you claim I become the so-called ancient one, but I am also clearly dead in your timeline, Strange. So how are either of those outcomes any kind of immortality? The cup grants you a kind of immortality, Yao. You'll age slowly. And while you may not live forever, well, if you'll excuse me, I have some people to return to their own times. Does he finish that thought? Yes. No. Oh my gosh. Okay, here, yes. I missed a page. I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Sorry, guys. So here, he says here, so the Ancient One is essentially looking for the cup of immortality. And if you know, if you've read the story, The Alchemist, and this concept of like even alchemy turning lead into gold, it's about the journey, not about the destination. And so this concept of like being worthy of the cup of immortality, and then also like being aware. If you guys have read or watched the movie The Fountain with Hugh Jackman and Rachel Weisz, where he's like the conquistador and he's looking for the cup of immortality, and so when he drinks it, the immortality is not what he thinks it is. And so it's like one of those things of being like aware of how these things are phrased, right? Oh, thanks, Master Sis. Thank you. Okay. Where are we? You do not live long enough to teach all of us. We are your legacy, Master. So it's like all of the Ancient One's students came to help him when he's still a boy going to get his cup of immortality. So it's this interesting thing in time. So for you, like being aware that like your highest selves and all of your friends from that version of yourself are there helping you, even if you haven't become the person you are yet in this time, because you still have to go through those. You in this time, in this now moment, need to go through what it is that you need to go through, right? And it hasn't happened yet, not in this exact way. And that there's something really special about that. So, we are your legacy, Master. Then I truly am immortal. Thank you, all of you. I hope you'll all forgive me for never mentioning all of this when we eventually meet for the first time. That's really funny. So, remember the Ancient One told them, it's like, well, how come I never mentioned this in my story about how I became the Ancient One? Because he left that part out of the story for a very good reason. I love this. Oh, I love this so much. How this actually, like, this is the right story to read. I love it. Okay. I hope you'll all forgive me for never mentioning all of this when we eventually meet for the first time. But considering where we are now, where we all are now, I'd hate to change the ending. And so he goes into the cave, and then Merlin's left looking at Doctor Strange here saying, well, if you'll excuse me, I have some people to return to their own times. Merlin, there has to be a way. And then here, Merlin's like taking back the Sorcerers Supremes after helping. Yeah. You never give up, Stephen. It will be the death of you, of course, but I've always admired that about you. Wait, we need to go with... No, my dear sorcerers, your entries were not completed in the book. But what does that mean? Your fates are yet to be determined. Live wisely. Remember, time is cruel, but a life well lived is not. Should you be tempted to keep reading, Stephen? I hope the knowledge within this volume gives you the freedom it has given me. Minus the mild insanity, of course. There are no beginnings, no endings. Time moves on. With us or without us. Indeed, time after time, which is what the title of this comic book is. All that matters in the end, home, nice. That it is, Mindful. Thank you, Strange. Where have you been? As she comes home. Good to see you too. Kushala, Mindful, this is the always welcoming Zelma Stanton. No time for introductions. There's an interdimensional psychopomp. There's an interdimensional psychopomp feeding on souls in Washington Heights. And Doctor Strange gives a smile. He says, perfect. Are the people we meet in between. So it says here, like, it's basically Merlin narrating as he's writing this book that he hopes Stephen actually ends up reading, but not, like, no spoilers to his own story, right? It hasn't been written yet. So Stephen's taking back Kushala and Mindful back to his place at the Sanctum Sanctorium. And, you know, there's trouble to be had for the Sorcerer Supreme to take care of there, so... and then here, so he says, we'll have a proper tour when we return. Now, you both are welcome to stay as long as you'd like. No keys are required. The door is always open to any who have magic within them. Even me, says Mindful. Especially you, Mindful. And then Stephen opens up a portal because, you know, work calls. He's got to take care of New York, right? And then here, I love it's like Merlin and like they're watching over. The Ancient One is watching over him. So all that matters in the end are the people we meet in between and the moments we are lucky enough to share with them.